Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Chaska, 26, from the Philippines. So anyways, I hope you guys are doing okay, and it has been like 2 weeks that I'm not doing a content on my channel, but here I am again. So welcome back to my channel. And what are we doing today? What we're doing is the do's and don'ts of my everyday makeup, and do's in a way that these are actually the best practices or best way that I do my makeup, and don'ts in a way that I feel other people is actually doing it wrong. So you can actually see it later on as I'm going to do the makeup. One side is actually the do's and one side is actually the don'ts. So let me disclaim first that although I have finished my diploma in makeup artistry, but what I wanted to say is that it's actually just my own observance. I see that other people doing it wrong, and I hope that this will actually be useful for you guys as well. Maybe it will actually make your makeup better and best way possible. So let's go start right away. Mwah. Okay, so let us start with the primer. The primer that I'm going to use today is the Catrice Cosmetics Keep Me Matte. This is Prime and Fine. It's actually very cheap, but it's very good on me. I've tried to use this for quite some time now, and it's actually very useful because I have a very oily skin, so this will actually work fine for me. And yes, so what I'm doing is that the right side is actually the juice, so I will not be putting a primer on the other side of my skin, of my face. So let's go ahead right away. Why is priming important? Priming is very important. It's pretty much because this will actually be your skin's protection for all the makeup that you're going to put on your face. So it's very, very important, guys, as what Nikki Tutorials is always saying, that priming without prime is a crime. So yes, just very important to take note. Always, always prime whenever you start your makeup. Okay, so let's move on to our foundation. For our foundation, the foundation that I'm using today is the L'Oreal True Match. This is the N4 shade. This is by far, I think, the most or the best foundation, perfect shade foundation for my skin. Now, just for a guide, ladies and gentlemen, that if you're choosing the foundation, or if you're choosing your own foundation, you need to determine your undertones. Undertones is like best guide for you to get the perfect foundation for you. We have the warm, we have the cool, and we have the neutral. So for my skin, I have a neutral skin. So this is actually a good match for me. I'm going to use the Etude House Double Lasting Foundation. This is more on the cool side. So just a quick guide, guys. If you can actually look on your veins. Okay, my veins is very neutral. Other veins are like for those people who has purplish or somewhat kind of bluish veins. That will actually go to the cool undertone side. And if you have the greenish type of veins, that will normally go to the warmer side of undertone. But I'm very lucky to have a neutral skin or neutral undertone, so I can actually go with both colors or both undertones. So this is N4, and this is, what's the shade of this? I'm not sure what's the shade. It's N07 as well. Yeah, but when I see it normally for cooler tones, right? They have this going to the pinkish side shade, and for warmer tone, this is actually going to the goldish side or goldish shade kind of foundation. But for neutral, it's like not so pink, it's not so gold. So yeah, this is the perfect match for me in terms of foundation. All right, there you go. I'm done with my foundation. So if you are still confused which a shade of foundation that is perfect for you, I actually advise you this is the best practical way is actually to to test the foundation yourself, maybe on the chin side, close to your neck, so that you can actually determine if it's the correct shade, if you don't see a big alteration of your face and on your neck, then that's the perfect foundation for you. Now you can actually see on the don't side it's still okay, because I've told you guys earlier that I have the neutral skin, so I can actually go with both colors. So there you go. If you can actually see, I like this more better because it's more it's perfect on my neck. So that's the best shade for me by far. So let's actually move on to our what is this, to our all right, so I was lost from there. Anyways, let's move on to our concealer. I supposed to say concealer, but before moving to concealer, this is my number one do. You may actually want to put a, what is this? To put a setting spray before you put powder on your face. Other people are actually using the setting spray after the powder. It may go other ways, but for me, I use the setting spray after the foundation itself. So yay! Okay, so after putting the setting spray, I will need to wait for a bit, and then I will need to wait for like until it closes to like dry, and then what I will do is I will get a sponge and then tap it over my skin. Yeah, it's still wet, so I need to wait for a bit more. Now it's almost dry, so what I'm doing is actually just tap the blender on my face. Okay. I will not put my powder yet because I want to put my concealer right away. The concealer that I'm using now. Concealer, guys, is very important as a guide. At least you can go one shade lighter or 2 shades lighter from your normal foundation shade. So let's go. I'm using this by Terry Stylo Expert Click Stick. Yep. On the don't side, I'm not going to use a concealer at all. Okay? Alright, so why is it important to have a concealer in your face? It's pretty much actually to highlight the parts that you wanted to highlight, like your eyes, like your T-bone and everything. So yes, I have put a concealer on my right side, and I did not put any concealer on the other side. Other people are like lazy to put concealer. It's pretty much because I don't know, maybe they don't have time, but I always use a concealer every day. So yay, let's move on. All right, so let's go on with my powder. The powder that I'm using is the what is this powder? The powder that I'm using is the Laura Mercier. Yes, the very famous Laura Mercier. I'm not sure if you can still go wrong with powder, but I don't think that you can go wrong with powder. I think it's just like powder has like most of the time 3 different shades from all the makeup brands, but most of the time if you have fair skin, then you would actually go with the fair colored ones, and if you have darker skin, go with a warmer shade. It's time to do our eyebrows. So there's a lot of people whom I see that they're not doing their eyebrows so well. I'm not sure, but if I were you guys, you just need to practice and practice and practice so that you can get the best eyebrow ever. Number 1 trick, do not go right away to the root of your eyebrow. So what I would do on the do's is actually just to go in the middle and then shape my eyebrow first. But the easiest way, if you want to, you go to the highest most part of your eyebrow and then bring it down first. I have a lot of tutorials for this one, so you might as well go and see how I do my eyebrows. Okay, I'm going to stop here. Uh, I'm actually getting a brush. So this will actually help me distribute the uh, shade that I've used, or shade that I put on my eyebrow. So just a trick, guys, do not put the eyebrow pencil on the roots right away. All right, now once I shade it, or once I distribute the shade, I'm gonna go into the slowly into the inner corner, or how to say, the root of the eyebrow itself. And this way I do not need to like brush it again later on. So it's actually easier and it saves you time, because the remaining shade on the brush itself would still be used on the roots of your eyebrows. Okay, so what you wanted to achieve here is actually like those ombre type, which is this one is lighter, going to the darkest most part of your eyebrow itself. Okay, all right, so let's move on into the do's don't side. Yeah, so let me show you how our other people is doing it. So they go into the root part right away. I can't even do it because I hate it. Like, they do a heavy stroke. Perfect. But then they actually don't brush it. They just depend on the shade of the pencil itself. OMG, like OMG. I was actually doing my Deuce eyeshadows earlier, but I'm not sure why it was not recorded. But anyways, I was using the Tarte Clay Play palette. So this is the one that I was using earlier. I went to go for a transition color, which is the color Smoke, and then I go with the Onyx, and then as well as this tone. So just a trick, guys, whenever you do an eyeshadow, go with the lightest shade first until you are contented how dark would the color would be. So I actually go into three shades, and I actually put like a wing type here just to have that kind of a wing type shape of my eyes. There you go. And it's very important to blend. If you don't have time to blend, might as well not put any eyeshadows at all. Okay, so let's move on to the don't side. What I just do on the don't side, I don't blend at all. I just put the color on it. Okay, so let's go. I would go on the same shade earlier. So you just need to put it. Actually, I'm still blending it. But yeah, others, Wrong thing as well, they just go with the they don't go with the transition. But I normally go with the transition. It's pretty much because how to say, it's easier for me to blend eventually. So let me just put it. I will just tap it in a way that, because it's the wrong side, so I'll just tap it. And then I will put the darker shade, which is the smoke one. This. Okay, so if you see the difference, the reason being that I want you to blend and blend and blend is that at least you can actually see the, how to explain it the best way possible. There is like from the heaviest color to the lightest color going up. That's the thing that I wanted to achieve. But if you see this, there are actually those lines, and I don't want to see that. I want it to be like blended so well. Okay? All right, now let's move on. Okay, I'm going to put some shade below my eyes. I'm going to use the onyx color. I want to go with a dark one on the other side, like dark, and I will put it all throughout my lower line. There. So when I do my lower under eye, I don't normally put heavy. I don't know why. I have this reservations on myself, or I just have that feeling of not putting it so dark so it will not look unnatural at all. So that will be my normal under eye. Yeah, let's move on. Eyeliner. So the eyeliner that I'm going to use is the Marc Jacobs liquid gel eyeliner, black. So I won't go much details into this because if you want, you can actually see my previous tutorials for how I use my eyeliner, and I plan not to make it very, very dramatic. Whew! Okay, let's just wait for it to dry. Because once I close my eyes, most of the time it will blot. So I need to wait for it to like dry. Okay, additional thing that I normally do is that I actually put my black eyeliner on the waterline. So I hold this one up and then put the black eyeliner on my waterline. Hi! I'm scared that it's not yet dry. Okay, let's just wait for it to dry because it takes forever. I don't know why. Or I'm just scared. Let me test. Okay, it's all dry. There you go. Ha! Ha ha ha! Let's move on! Okay, I'm not going to put eyeliner on the other side because other people are just lazy to put some eyeliners. But yes, it's very important as well for me. I have the eyeliner. I'm not every day. When I don't use my eyeshadows, I don't put some eyeliner. I mean, I don't put eyeliner at all. So yay! Let's move on. Later, I will put my false eyelashes, but let's just do the contouring part, okay? For the contour part, I'm going to use the Tarte Clay Play as well. I'm going to use the terracotta. So I will do this on the do side. Ooh, this is difficult because of my hair. Okay, it's very important to do on your temple as well. And then so if you want to contour right, I mean I have some further tutorials as well on how to contour your face, but just the trick, guys, just put most of the contour close to your ears, not, I mean, don't start from here, but start it from there and then bring it inward. Okay, and just follow your jawline. So you need to determine where is your jawline and then bring it out, bring it in. There. And then it's very important as well to do my nose line. Nose line, guys, just the trick, do not use any how to say it, because I actually see other people that are using a frosted color, but please don't do that. Just use matte colors if you are using your, if you're using a, or if you're putting a nose line. That's kind of heavy. Ooh, okay. I think that's fine now. If you're afraid, just go with a lighter shade first. It will actually guide you to where you're going. Don't go with a heavy shade right away if you're doing your nose. Okay. I will put a darker shade on the other side. Ew. Yeah, okay, so the trick is that go in a lighter shade first. If you want more, then go with darker. So I do not like to be like super duper what is it, emphasize nose line, because I feel that it's actually like, ooh, very unnatural. So I only like that kind of a nose line. Okay, and let's move on to our blusher. All right, so I intentionally did not do any contour on the other side because yes, other people are just not contouring at all. So but if you actually see the difference, there is actually like a dimension from your forehead, and it actually makes your face smaller. So yeah, let's go with the shade. I'm sorry, with my blusher. The blusher that I'm using will be the Glamour Glow Kryolan. I will actually combine this two. Let me just get a brush. Okay, let's go. So just a trick, guys, when you're doing your blusher, please do not put on the cheek right away. Start from here and go bring it down. Other people are like, they have the okay, I'll do it on the wrong side. So what they do is they start from here and then they go up. I'm not sure, but I'm not comfortable doing that way. What I want to do is actually to go in my ears and then bring it down. Because sometimes if you're actually putting it very, very, I mean, the color is strong and you can actually see those, I mean, very strong color on your cheeks right away, which I don't like. I don't do that. It's still good. Okay. And then let's move on to our lipstick. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go to our highlighters first. Highlighters, I will just be using the same thing because this can be used as a highlighter as well. Let me just get a highlighter brush. Okay. To highlight, I'm going to use this color. It's just to give a highlight on my cheek. I'm not a fan of so much highlighter in face because I have an oily skin, so I don't do much of highlighters. Still good. Okay, so let's go on with, let's move on with our lipstick. The lipstick that I'm using is the Urban Decay. What shade is this? 714 Mega Matte. Although I'm not so sure, guys, whether there are there are a wrong way to do a lipstick. Is there? Is there one? Is there any? Yeah, we'll just do the lipstick perfectly on both sides. So let's actually just, let me just put my false eyelashes. So let's go. All right, here you go, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, my makeup is done. I've actually used a very nice eyelashes on the other side, and the dome side is actually a less flattering one. It's actually just for me to show how is the eyeshadows being done. But nevertheless, I hope you guys have learned something today. At least in one way or another, you've absorbed one tip or two tips that you may apply on your everyday makeup routine. Now, I think this is the end of my video, so please do subscribe on my channel, and as well as click on the notification bell so that you will be updated with the new content that is coming out on my channel. And as well as please follow my Instagram, it's Cheska Ramos as well, or on my Facebook page. The links are actually shown below. So thank you guys for watching. So until next time, mwah!